Into the game. We want to welcome you to the ALCS playoffs. I am Rapid, with me is Nuveas, and we are into the first game, the best of three between No Dice Gaming. Keep in mind they do have a little bit of a new mid laner here in Faz Scripter, the only Syndra player, bringing out his Kassadin this time around. Going up against Lyon. Now, Lyon are a team that have been all over the world. They've been to China. They've been to Gamescom in Europe. They've been all over their region, winning out against Brawl in the most recent LAN lands. So it's nice to see them coming here to the ALCS playoffs. A very strong team going for an invade there onto Kanipu, who will scout them out. Disengage for now. Gets hit by an axe. Could we actually see the engage here? There's another axe to land. Knock up on a Kanipu, forces the flash out very early on.
And something worth noting right off the bat, Thyak on Olaf in the jungle, starting with a Doran's Blade. It kind of fell out of favor, I'd say a month or two ago, but it seems like Lyon trying to bring it back. The whole point of that being looking for dueling potential. At the same time, Olaf already has passive lifesteal on his W once he decides to pick it up and activate it. And he is not running any lifesteal quintessences in the slightest, so he's going to be relying on the Doran's Blade health return on auto attack, but we are seeing Lyon trying to poke around on both sides of the map.
Yeah, the extra bonus AD gives you a lot more damage from chaining one axe right after another, and especially with blue buff very early on, CDR helps you get even more of those out. And he's actually not going to be jungling alone. It's going to be Porky coming in because they're looking for a 1v2, and you can see immediately the delayed presence in the bottom lane signals the lane swap here for No Dice, and it's going to be a late lane swap for Nico and Kanipu as they head their way up top. They're going to miss out on some CS, so they will hit level 2 a little bit later. That'll give them a disadvantage, but at the same time, you're going to get the 1v1 for RF Legendary facing off against Porky in a very favorable Shyvana versus Renekton matchup.
It's been a matchup that we've seen time and time again, and it pretty much just comes down to who can hit level 2 first, and that's kind of been the issue with top laners for a dog's age. But if RF Legendary can manage to sneak in a little bit more experience than Porky, which I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yep, Porky hitting level 2 first. If he can simply get a jump in onto Legendary, we can easily see a turn of tides, but no, actually going to be fairly even in the experience bout right now. But Sia and Ner'zhul going to push this lane up rather quickly, trying not to make sure that Kanipu and Nico don't get any sort of advantage early on.
Yak with an incredibly fast jungle route is actually going to go try for his steal onto AF Bella's blue buff. He's not going to be there in time. It's going to get smote away, and I think it actually is just looking to come around in behind Faz Scripter. It's only level 2, so Olaf for the time being with a level advantage, but pings on to AF Bella. They're going to see him going top lane, looking to shore up that duo lane. Everybody level 2, so no aggression just yet. Still looking for Thyak to find some potential somewhere on the map.
All right. Ner'zhul has 2, now 3 charges ready and primed for his stun. And with Thyak sitting up there in the top lane, I'm wondering, are they looking for a stun engage and then with a ghost to follow up? Nico being stunned, very low on health.
And there's actually a barrier popped out there. One more auto attack's all it's going to take. Last Stigma Ignite, it's not enough. Nico gets out with a death sentence onto Saya, perfectly flashed away. Now Saya very low. Ner'zhul takes a turret shot, but it's not going to take him down, and that is after everything said and done. 2 flashes blown, double summoners for both AD carries, and no deaths just yet.
I almost expected Thyak to blow that ghost and try to get that one last X on Nico, but I guess he wasn't trying to risk the hook. But Sia, seems like he didn't care, kind of expecting to not get hooked, but as we saw, being forced to blow both of his summoners from one hook from Kanipu, that was almost a perfect trade. But now we have 6 summoner spells down in the bottom lane.
Oh, mid lane, Faz Scripter, this is not going to work out. We're going to have to see a forced flash here. Now Yuri gets in there, there's a stun, where's the flash? Not going to go for it, as Faz Scripter just says, hey, I'm caught, good game, heads back to base the hard way, 10-second respawn timer.
We are past the 4-minute mark, so the full 400 gold is going to go on to Uri, who knows? But all I know is that Riven is going to be a monster in this early game. That 1 kill and a farm lead. I'm actually fairly surprised that Scripter managed to pick up so much CS against the Riven.
Not only is there a lot of CS, but you can actually see him going for a pretty interesting build. He's going to build as tanky as he possibly can. There's actually the Relentless Pursuit backwards from Nico. It takes a lot of damage, but trading it back out, there's Piercing Light. Flay will miss on a
missing hook
Nico.
and Flay.
Very low. Yeah, so uncharacteristic there. Kani not having some luck with those spells as Nico very low, but will be using his health potions to sustain in lane. Double Doran's the build for him to have Ruby Crystal along with the big Doran's Blade there for Ner'zhul. And now, or for Sia. Now bottom lane, Axe will miss onto RF Legendary. Is just going to get back to his turret, avoids the gank.
All right, so a lot of stuff happening, but nothing terribly relevant except for really the first blood thus far. A very quick brutalizer in the hands of Yuri, and I think Scriptor's realizing how much trouble he's in. So like you were mentioning, going for the likes of a Catalyst, maybe into a Seeker's Arm Guard, just trying to get a nice big boost of health and armor to survive, simply just survive the combo of Yuri. But with that brutalizer, even with the Seeker's Arm Guard, it's going to be very tough for a Cassidy to survive that combo.
Yeah, and the big thing that Cassidy wants to do, like you said, is just survive. Get to that level 6, get mobile, get across the map. You could do this with double Doran's rings. That would give you a lot more mana sustain in that lane. But you really want that Seeker's Arm Guard versus a Riven. And stacking that up very early on is going to make Faz Scriptor very strong. The only problem is he's forcing himself away from the Tear of the Goddess, just looking for that Ruby Crystal into a Rod of Ages coming up here to get his mana count really high. Now, Forky's going to take some damage down bottom, but it's top lane as Ner'zhul takes a lot. It's going to be a shield there. Death Sentence not going to come out just yet. Candypoo helping Nico put some damage back onto that duo lane for Lyon. And while Ner'zhul may be having some problems, it's actually Porky down in that bottom lane. Gonna slice, but runs right into a pillar. Slices back in on RF Legendary. He's now gonna have to disengage. The Axe is gonna come in, force the flash out from Bella. Where's the pillar cooldown? Just not gonna be in time. There's Ignite actually going down there. One more auto attack, and it's gonna be a Dragon's Rage trying to pull them into the turret. Flashback outwards, but
Ignite.
It's Legendary. Gonna go down. Ignite one more tick. Health potions. Pretty effective.
So Bella almost saved the fight on his gank, but by blocking in Porky, Porky realized, oh, well, since I'm still here, and now I have my Olaf, let's turn around and go kill them. And that's exactly what they did. Luckily enough, I just barely got away thanks to health potions. Remember, guys, always buy wards and potions. Keep at least one potion on you at all times when you're looking to go fight, because that will be the result.
Cooldown on health potions a lot shorter than cooldown on Ignite, so it's a nice trade there. Keeps Seiya and Thiak alive, and so overall 3 kills very early on, spread out around the upper half of the map. But stun there on Nico, a lot of damage to come back, shielded away. Play backwards will not land. There's Death Sentence on Seiya. There's the Ignite as well. Can Nico find the kill? Ignite down onto Kaney, will pick him up.
Wow, so Ner'zhul doing some work right now, picking up that first blood, and he keeps on managing to blow summoner after summoner. Barrier still up for Nico, but the exhaust was blown by Candypoo.
Difficult ganks here for Trundle. Trundle not really known as a ganking jungler, much better in team fights, but now Nico will go ahead and dash on away from Thiak, tries to trade some damage back, but no way you're escaping that, and that's going to be another kill there for Lyon, their 5th of the game.
I like the Trundle pick, even though I believe, was it an early pick, the Trundle, during the pick ban phase?
I believe it was actually, yeah, second pick for no dice.
But there was a Riven early on as well, so the Trundle pick is kind of a soft-ish counter to Riven, even though she does scale incredibly hard with a lead. Trundle able to reduce her attack damage as well as armor magic resist if he puts a full combo onto her. At the same time, Riven with her abilities can normally kind of escape anyone. She's a fairly slippery champion, but with a Trundle, with his Q applying kind of like a gimpy little slow / root, he's actually able to keep up with her quite well.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting mechanic there for Trundle Q. It's called Chomp, and what it does is it kind of latches on and keeps you from moving just a little bit. But bottom lane, it's going to be a nice gank there from Yuri. RF Legendary trying to get away there, but Dragon's Descent doesn't give him anywhere to go. It's Porky somehow stealing that kill away from Yuri, but still a nice roam nonetheless. Riven out roaming a Cassidy, and that's just a testament to how strong Yuri's early game was. Now it's Faz Scriptor looking for a kill, but nowhere to find it. Thinks about going top, decides to pick up his blue buff instead, but no. Backs off for now, looking for that top lane dive. Now it's Dragon. In the meantime, for the rest of Lyon, they're going to take that one down, and if your jungler's not bottom around the Dragon area, he's going to be top looking for a dive. Ner'zhul and Seiya know something's up. Will back on up. We'll see if No Dice can trade this for a turret.
All right, and no dice. They did realize that the dragon was going down. They spotted several people running by. That one little ward's about to time out in the bottom lane. So they have a rough idea as to the timing on that, and in turn, they knew that they were safe to take this first tower of the game. Kill score, though, 0-6 in favor of Lyon Gaming. They're showing how dominant they are in the international scene.
Yeah, and getting more international as they battle one of the better teams in ALCS, or at least in North America, going up against No Dice. And now with RF Legendary shoved back to his turret, Porky's going to start getting some turret damage down there. Olaf's coming in, Legendary. If you don't back off right now, yeah, this is going to be a nice power play. Yak and Porky putting a lot of damage down onto the turret, but won't be able to take it out as the minion wave goes down.
All right, so with this gold difference right now, we're hovering just over 4,000 in favor of Lyon. Where does that play into in terms of item differences? So right now we have Renekton, Giant Spell Chain Vest, compared to RF Legendary simply on a Giant Spell, Tier 1 boots, and cloth armor. Dueling potential heavily in favor of Porky.
Death Sentence and Pillar pull Yuri back in. The box down, but so is Mr. Tibbers. Getting a 3-man stun out there as Nico goes underneath turret. We'll back off for now. Strong 4-man push mid. Minion wave there to support it, but no dice. Not really looking to go in there as now Porky ults up, goes in. There's the dive from Yuri as well. Bella's gonna get blown apart before the fight even happens. Fast Scripter gonna Rift Walk back away. Huge presence there from Yuri. Drops low, but picks up a kill in the meantime.
Yuri's trying to pick someone off. Wind Slash coming out. Not enough damage. Was hoping to get some sort of grab because Nezra was kind of hovering around. Just tried to stun back up. And everyone's favorite ability, the culling, forced to be used, but going to be tanked up by Porky, so the wave clear is not going to be as effective. Remember, everyone, the culling deals an extra 400% damage to creep, which is why it's so good at wave clearing.
Push continues here for Lyon, and they're not content with picking up one Porky. We'll be able to slice and dice this way through pillars, through turrets, basically everything. He's going to get out. Works pretty well against the Trundle, so makes AFL a little bit more sad. 0-2 to start. No kills just yet for No Dice. They're going to have to work on their Kassadin mid, especially if they want to pick anything up here. And Trundle, you know, he's ahead in CS in the jungle, but really needs to look for some effectiveness in team fights. Not something that's really going to go his way. ARP Legendary fighting out against Yuri. We'll just go ahead and drop the Dragon's Descent to escape.
Now, the one thing I gotta say that is going to play in favor of No Dice Gaming is the fact that all they need is health and armor, not so much to the tune of magic resist. So if they manage to prioritize those stats and keep Nico safe, Nico though is pretty far behind at this point. Not terribly far. He was down by quite a bit of farm early on. So right now, RF Legendary and Nico, their goal at this point in time is to just try to push the lanes that are getting pushed up, like counter push. So you see RF Legendary doing what he can to pick up the farm in the bot lane, pick up that Sunfire, and then Nico building towards that Triforce.
Yeah, both AD carries actually going for Triforce, and that's going to be... I don't like that choice. I feel like if you're both trying to rush for the same build and you're behind, then obviously you're just going to stay behind. But if you go for a different build, there's a possibility you can pick it up. Legendary, though, needs a lot more armor before he heads down bottom again. Tried to trade out against Yuri. Look at that actually going in Legendary's favor. Yuri's going to lose this fight if Legendary plays this correctly. Wind Slash trying to get flashed away from, but just a second too late. Yuri winning the duel against RF Legendary.
The armor penetration, lifesteal, and raw damage are just too much. Riven, with the Blade of the Exile, going to give quite a bit of extra attack damage, and that's all that she needs to face off against a Shyvana that, without that Sunfire Cape, clearly cannot fare well against a Riven. So, 2 Summoner spells down for Shyvana once more, and now we have Lyon Gaming looking for a pick.
Kanipu, Nico, Scripter all pushing down mid lane. 3v1 against Porky. He's not too scared about that. Is now coming out of base, fresh off the bye. Yuri grabs that Bloodthirster and an Elixir of Fortitude. So he is looking to make some big plays right now as Thyak and Ner'zhul just kind of camping out the jungle, trying to find AF Bella as he walks through. A ward of his own. Won't find any vision there for Lyon just yet. Legendary going to take a little bit of the scenic route back to the rest of his team, but Ping's down onto the bottom lane. He's looking for some help.
All right, well, both teams are aware of the timer of Dragon 1 minute to go, so that's my guess is that's what Yuri picked up that red pot for, looking for some sort of big fight on the Dragon when it does respawn. But Porky and Yuri making quick work of this tier 2 mid turret.
Two-man chase down bottom lane, not finding anything, and second tier mid turret will fall. Nothing to stop Yuri and Porky. If Scripter gets too close in there, he's just gonna blow up to the ribbon damage. And at this point, even with Seiya picking up a Trinity Force for himself, it's just like, well, what are you supposed to do? RF Legendary probably needs to find his way out of his own jungle. Is now Yuri looking to cut him off. Could get sandwiched there by Scripter as Lantern there pulls RF Legendary back to safety.
And after Bella is done getting picked off here in the bot lane, he's going to make it out safely. I want to go back to a point that you made. The two AD carries both going for Trinity Force. I think that Trinity Force is a much safer pickup on Ezreal because his abilities and his kit make a much better use of that item, whereas Nico, he can do pretty well, but with that item, the only thing is his cooldowns are quite a bit longer, especially his Q. Let's see, just the Piercing Light at rank 5 is a flat 5 seconds, whereas Seiya, excuse me, I got corrected, Seiya is just under 4 seconds, so he's able to turn out way more raw Trinity Force damage in comparison.
Dragon getting it started there. Death Sentence over the wall, grabs onto Thiak. Kaney's gonna try to steal it. The box damage not enough, but the kill there is gonna go down. Kaney flashes over the wall, will still die to the Ignite, or will he? Last tick takes him down. Porky on a killing spree now. AF Bella versus Ner'zhul and Mr. Tibbers, don't forget, will be forced to flash away as Seiya enters the scene. RF Legendary in the 2v1 will drop down. He's gonna fall. A triple kill for Porky. Turns that into a 3v1. Porky grabbing every single kill there for Lyon Gaming.
That triple kill on Porky, I would not be shocked if he takes that 2,500 gold that he's sitting on and turns it to most of the components of a Ravenous Hydra. My favorite part about that play though was Thiak, he stood strong and waited until the dragon was over. He's like, you know what, I know I'm dead. I'm going to make sure I secure this dragon before I go down. And he did manage to pick up that global objective, so now it's 11 kills to 1 in favor of Lyon. Already at a 10, close to 11,000 gold lead before the 18-minute mark. I don't know, but I think this might be no dice for no dice. In other news though, looking around the map, I'm not
Apologies for that, I was a little bit muted.
Oh, well, it's a good thing you're not a lot bit muted anymore.
That is indeed good. Being able to speak, I feel is fairly effective. Yuri's gonna go for the swag steal on this one. You're gonna hop over the wall and get the last hit. Can't find it, but does find Scripter. Will we find a kill there onto him? No. Thiak's going hard in the paint. Together with Yuri, 1v3, 2v3 now actually. Caney Poo gonna take a lot of damage. There's the shutdown from Yuri on a Rampage double kill there. Axe will not land on a Scripter, but using Kassadin's mobility to run away, not really going to be dealing all that much damage. Legendary wants a kill. There's the damage down onto Yuri. Last tick of Ignite. The shutdown for RF Legendary. Now Thiak in a little bit of trouble. There's the damage, though. Can't quite take him out. Gonna get Shirelius out of there. RF Legendary is trying to pick him off there, but way behind enemy lines. Looks to be in a little bit of danger as he's running away from Ner'zhul. Now it's going to be more damage. Nico, very low, gets the shield. Lantern to safety. Dark Passage keeps him safe for now. Seiya tries for the snipe. There's going to be the true shot. Barrage just in time. Grabs Nico at long range from downtown. Another kill going the way of Lyon.
Headshot. That's all I have to say about that one. But now, Ner'zhul and RF Legendary are just going toe-to-toe. Ner'zhul, I actually like that.
Ner'zhul has Tibbers.
It just came up, and he also has spell penetration boots, so... Oh, almost having the damage to clean up. I think he was trying to donate that kill to Seiya, but the X says, nope, get back here, Dragon. I think we got a little bit of Skyrim cosplay going on between these two.
Yeah, a little bit of Thiak attack taken down. RF Legendary stayed on the map a little bit too long, and you want to check out the number of cloth armors in the inventory there for No Dies. You can definitely tell what's dealing damage to them. Total of 4. Looking for possibly the Warden's Mail for AF Bella. A little bit more armor, and that Seeker's Arm Guard from Scripters had a really rough start to the game, but still only down about 30 CS to Yuri. Not all that rough of a game, as he is leading his team currently in CS. 2-16 though, the kill count. You're going to see a lot more from Yuri than you will from Scripter.
20 minutes into the game, if a Kassadin is leading your team in farm, you're going to be in just a tad little bit of trouble, because Kassadin is very well known for, with his team having a lead, only having totals like 50, 60, 70, sometimes pushing 80. But now we have Porky completing that team at, and he also grabbed a Brutalizer. So pretty much no more tanky items from Porky. His goal is just to nuke people down and simply waltz away. And that's what he's been doing the whole time. No deaths for Porky. Thiak, though,
Going in now, very, very low. Will disengage there with the Ragnarok, running his way to safety, but still very low in the jungle. Not all that low, and we'll have the conservation passive to heal him up over time. Top lane Scripter's just going to try to keep this turret alive, wave clear it out against Yuri, and Yuri really not accomplishing all that much. Wave clear in the mid lane, Pillar to come out. Bella's looking for the clear, not going to find it. Is now ultimate dagger onto Porky, makes him a lot less tanky as it drains away that armor and magic resistance. That's when you want to fight, but no engage there from AF Bella.
I think he popped the subjugate onto Porky. The subjugate is the ultimate out of Trundle, simply just to keep them back, because the wave wasn't going to last long in that tower, and so if Renekton stood around for long, even though he has two substantial armor items between the Ninja Tabby and Sunfire Cape, a couple of tower hits combined with a couple auto attacks and abilities from no dice would have put Porky in a kind of sloppy situation, but smart enough to back out and say, all right, with that ultimate being down, we can easily dive them this time around.
Battle between RF Legendary and Thiak. Thiak's actually going to throw down what I think was a ghost. Yeah, he's looking to get out of there. Engage in the mid lane deep underneath that turret. AF Bella very low, but Yuri, or Porky rather, not as tanky as you'd expect. Ooh. A nice snipe from Seiya over the wall. Lands the Mystic Shot. Now he's going to duel up against Nico. Caney Poo does not want to get anywhere near there. Porky's coming in a long range. Seiya, please stop. Don't do it. A triple kill, but it's
nice
actually
barrier.
Porky took the kill there. Triple there, finally found by Seiya. Dive in from RF Legendary. Wow. Seiya piece the scene over the wall. Legendary looking for a kill onto Porky. Just gets kited away. Ignite down onto Porky. Looking for some steal. Can he fight in time? He does. Gets the wave clear from that Kula Meek and will stay alive against the dive from RF Legendary. LM Porky goes godlike 7-0-5, almost legendary. Speaking of legendary, the GG is starting to come out for no dice. They're looking to end game number 1 as Lyon just completely dominant across the board.
You know, when you have a 19 kill and 6 tower difference, it's kind of hard to say that you're going to find a way to come back. And so with that, no dice does wind up surrendering 5-0 on that surrender count. Game 1 going to go in the hands of Lyon Gaming. We haven't seen much of them, but I would surely like to see a hell of a lot more.